All right, we're going to talk about making a huge leap, moving from just, managing campaigns to actually governing an entire platform. This isn't about which buttons you click. It's about how you architect a system for security, for scale, and for serious growth. It's about becoming a platform governor.
And this quote right here, it just sets the stage perfectly. The stakes are incredibly high. You're moving way beyond the day-to-day tasks and into a role where your designs, your decisions, are what's protecting millions of dollars in revenue. You're not just building a campaign anymore, you're building a fortress.
So, this is the absolute core of it, the mindset shift. A tactical operator, well, they build the car. They set up the offer, manage the campaign. It's all very reactive. But a strategic governor, they are proactive. They don't just build one car. They design the entire factory that can produce thousands of them, securely and super efficiently. That's the leap we're talking about. So, what does a governor actually do? Well, the role really breaks down into 4 core mandates. I want you to think of these as the vital signs for the health of your entire platform. Here they are, the 4 pillars. You've got to ensure integrity, so your data is flawless. You need to build intelligence to turn that data into real business insights. You have to mitigate risk to protect the whole system. And finally, you have to prove value to justify every single decision with cold, hard numbers. Each one is absolutely critical.
Now, here's where it gets really practical. For each one of these mandates, there's a very specific, powerful diagnostic tool in your toolkit. So let's dive in and see exactly which tool solves which problem.
First up, integrity. This is the foundation of everything. It's your job, your mandate to make sure every single click, every event, every conversion is tracked perfectly. Because without this, everything else just falls apart. Your numbers have to be completely bulletproof.
Which leads us to maybe the most terrifying question for any platform manager, right? You see the clicks coming in, but the conversions just aren't adding up. Where is that money leaking? Is it a broken link somewhere? Is it just bad traffic? How in the world do you find the exact source of the bleed before it drains your entire budget?
And here is your game changer. Your diagnostic tool is the funnel report. This isn't guesswork. This is a precision instrument. This report will show you visually the exact step in that user journey where people are dropping off. Instantly, you'll know if you've got a technical problem or a traffic quality problem. Problem identified, problem solved.
Okay, let's move on to our second mandate, building custom intelligence. This is all about taking your reporting to the next level. I mean, standard metrics are fine, but a governor speaks the language of the business. They translate platform data into the financial KPIs that your C-suite actually cares about.
Think about it. Your CFO isn't asking about raw revenue numbers. They're asking, what's our net margin percentage? A basic report just can't answer that. So how do you give them the sophisticated intelligence they're demanding?
And this is where you get to be the genius. Using your design tool, custom reporting metrics, you are no longer stuck with the default outputs. You can literally build your own formulas like net margin percentage or return on ad spend right inside the platform. You're creating the exact business intelligence that your leadership is asking for.
Our third mandate is risk mitigation. You see, a governor's job isn't just about building things, it's about protecting them. Because an undetected anomaly, some weird bit of fraud, can wipe out a month's worth of profit in a single afternoon. This is about having an early warning system to catch those problems before they become catastrophes.
For this, your tool is the variance report. And I love this metaphor. It is the network's smoke detector. It's not for deep analysis. Its job is to sound the alarm, loudly and immediately, the second something goes wrong.
Just look at this example. The system expected a 12.5% conversion rate, but it's actually getting 1.1%. That's a mind-blowing 91% negative variance. Daily profit just plummeted by over $13,000. The smoke detector is absolutely blaring. A report like this makes a crisis impossible to ignore. It forces you to act now.
And finally, our fourth mandate, proving long-term value. This is where you really ascend into pure strategy. It's about looking way past that cheap initial click or that first conversion. It's about identifying the partners who bring in customers that actually stick around and keep spending money for months or even years. And this leads to that classic strategic battle. You know a certain partner delivers higher quality users, but their initial cost per acquisition is higher. So how do you walk into a budget meeting and justify spending more money up front? You need undeniable proof.
Your proof is the cohort report. This is the ultimate tool for winning that argument. It tracks groups of users over time, and it shows you exactly how much revenue each partner's traffic generates in the long run. With this report, you can prove, without a doubt, that the partner with the higher initial cost actually delivers a much higher customer lifetime value, making them a brilliant investment.
So you see, when you combine all 4 of these tools for integrity, for intelligence, for risk mitigation, and for value, you're doing so much more than just managing. You are truly architecting growth.
The outcome of adopting this governor's mindset is crystal clear. You get system stability because you're catching problems early. You ensure legal compliance because your data is audit-ready. And most importantly, you build that solid bedrock that's absolutely necessary for real, scalable growth.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When you look at your own work right now, is your platform just operating day to day, or have you truly architected it for the future?